Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, all my beautiful friends from all across the vast reaches of the internet. I hope each and every single one of you is doing absolutely fantastic on this fine Tuesday morning, or whenever you happen to be listening to this podcast episode, whether that be morning, evening, or into... Excuse me, holy crap. What a way to start the show. With bodily functions. Where was I? Welcome back to another episode of the Reddit Ask Us podcast, the podcast where we read and react to comments from r/AskReddit. I am your host, Luke Dick. Now, if you are listening to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcast, please leave us a rating and also leave us a review. It helps with the show so much. Remember, you can leave a comment on this week's episode by going to the description of the episode in Spotify, clicking on that description, scrolling down, and you should see the option to leave a comment, and I'll read out those comments out loud on the next week's following episode. We also do a Would You Rather, but I got to email Spotify or something because this has been bothering me. It's been a little bit of a busy end of sort of semester, Christmas time. It's like my last semester at university, so I'm just trying to get a bunch of stuff done. It's hard to balance things and work and life, and you have priorities, right? So for some reason the Would You Rathers haven't been working. I haven't been able to post them. Every time I go and try to post them, and press publish, it just won't publish. It just won't. I don't even know how to describe it. It just won't publish, so then I can't do it. But I'll still read them out, and although we don't necessarily have any results, I'll still do it every single week, and hopefully until this problem can get actually fixed. Let's see what else we've got on the agenda here for today. Remember, we also do have a subreddit, so please go ahead and join our subreddit, r/Reddit Asks Us on Reddit, where there's a new mega thread posted every single week, and if you want, you can go ahead and contribute on there. And I think that's everything. I guess I can hop into reading out the comments from last week's episode. So last week's episode was, how did you find out you were dating an idiot? And let's see where we are here. So, and the Would You Rather was, would you rather, if you had to choose between one cuisine to have for the rest of your life, if you're going to choose Italian food or Mexican food? My go-to is always Mexican. I don't know what to say, dude. I'm a stand for Mexican food. I think it's just the superior cuisine. But you know what? I'm always open to try food from other places because it's hard for me to really say what the best is, because I feel like there's so much cuisine that I haven't tried, right? People will be like, well, have you ever had Papua New Guinean food? I'm going to be like, okay, no, I've never had Papua New Guinean food, unfortunately. I don't doubt that it's probably good, but unfortunately, there are not a ton of Papua New Guinean restaurants here in Alberta and Saskatchewan, Canada. So that doesn't tend to be high up on the list of popular cuisine places. If you look around, we have a lot of I don't know if you heard of the establishments, the wonderful and most famed establishments such as McDonald's and Wendy's and Taco Bell. Those tend to be the most proliferated kinds of restaurants that we have up here in North America. So, unfortunately, aside from Mexico, obviously, but unfortunately, there isn't necessarily a ton of food diversification as you would find in other places. Let's see. Okay, let's read off the first comment. So the first one comes from the Green Changeling. If we count any dish containing pasta in one form or another as Italian, then it goes the same for pizza. My choice should be obvious. Then again, I thought my quote last week was obvious too. Regarding the person who was afraid of the mustard gas, maybe they thought mustard gas is a mustard infused fart. Okay, I don't know about that, but I feel like that would be very difficult to corral. It's like, yeah, we've got soldiers eating pastrami sandwiches all day. And for for another comment, also, not to be mean or anything, but I'm low-key waiting for the day Luke's tangents derail the show so much he only has time to read a single Reddit answer. Would honestly be kind of funny. And then Vortex replied and said, it's already happening. If you go back a year, he reads like 15 posts. Now he spends 15 minutes on the first comment, and 14 of those minutes are about some random ass unskippable dialogue about a topic that nowhere relates to the comment. But for real, love it because it's like listening to the thought process of a psycho. Never stop being you. We love the podcast. I read this and I was like, a psycho? Okay, maybe we could say eccentric. Maybe we could start off by saying, a little bit out of the box, a little bit unorthodox, but jumping right to psycho, that's wild. Okay, maybe I have some self-reflection to do. Should I see a psychologist, everybody? Is this like a warning sign? Do I need to be seeing like a psychopathologist or something? Or a psychiatrist? Like I'm genuinely concerned. Like this feels so like I'm like there's some concerning there's some concerning behavior I need to maybe be looking at here. I'm just scared that what if I go to the psychoanalyst and they've listened to my podcast and they're like, you need to be institutionalized. Like I'm concerned. This is much bigger of a problem than we had previously thought. This is you could be potentially leading down a path of such self-destruction that of catastrophic consequences, unseen by humanity before. That would be unfortunate. I'm going to try to stop doing that, though, because I've been noticing that I've been doing that on recent episodes. I'll be like, okay, we'll get on here. Next one comes from Phil Savannah. Normally, I listen to your podcast, then go back a few hours later and answer the question. Today, I had to pause in mid-podcast because I heard how you pronounced pasta. That's funny. It hurt me to my core. It's like the people who pronounce Mario weird. Mario? Yeah. No, pasta is how Canadians say pasta. I think Americans, you guys say pasta, but pasta. I've used both, but generally Canadians pronounce pasta. And I think what are some other things we pronounce differently than Americans? I think hold up, I need to type this on my computer. I only have one hand. Canadian versus American pronunciation. A word. So like, yeah, we also call, like, for example, the last letter of the alphabet in Canada, that's pronounced Z, and you guys call it Z. So, which, because of certain bands and other pop culture things, we do end up saying Z, but when we were taught the alphabet as kids, it was, Y and Z, and I never thought anything of that. But I feel like there's other ones. Like we say bagel, and you guys say bagel. A lot of Americans say bagel, and we would say bagel or basil instead of basil. That one's weird. Let's see. Canadians often use the short pasta. Yeah, well, Americans use the sound, and salsa. How do you guys say salsa? Salsa? That one's weird. I feel like there's other words that we pronounce differently too. We are definitely more sorry than American sorry. That one's weird. Sorry. How do you guys say it? Sorry. We say sorry. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, sorry there. Oh, my bad. Oh, so sorry. Like, definitely that's how we would say that. But you guys say sorry. It just does sound so weird coming out of my mouth. And about too, like we would say about, like, oh, it's about 30 clicks. Oh, about 30 clicks up there. Which we would say like a boat, where you guys would say like about, or like, oh, it's about that. That just takes extra effort in my mouth to say. A boat is like a boat. Oh, it's about 30 clicks up there and up north there, and starting a campfire there with my family, and we're gonna have a pretty nice Christmas weekend there. What, bud? What are you going on? What you got going on there? Like that's like very much the Canadian accent. I feel like I dumb it down a little bit when I'm doing podcasts and all this kind of stuff, but the Western Canadian accent is definitely a real thing. My sister's boyfriend has a very thick Canadian accent, and it's so funny listening to him talk, or Western Canadian. There's different Canadian accents, but the Western Canadian one is maybe the most stereotypical one, maybe. I feel like people from Ontario, it's not as pronounced, but Western Canadians, it's like we say a lot. So you got your car fixed there, eh? That's like something that is like secondhand language. I'm using, like, that is just right away off the tip of the tongue. And so for your would you rather choice, it's 100% Mexican. There's no question. Well, you're from Savannah. You're from Georgia. So I don't know, like, maybe I hope there's a little bit of crossover with cuisine there in terms of what you're exposed to. But I feel like if you're down in the south of the United States, like, you're getting shit close to the source. We're talking here. Let's see. There's no questioning for me. This isn't someone I was dating. Oh, sorry. So then the answer to the question is, this isn't someone I was dating, but someone I used to be friends with thought that boneless chicken wings were chickens before they grew up. Grew up enough to grow bones. That would be, oh my God, that is hilarious. Grow enough to grow bones? What do you mean grow bones? That is grow bones. What do we just come out as just like a fluid gel meat sack of animal, and then it just slowly morphs into the fully formed thing? That is just horrifying. I feel like that would be that would make chickens and all of those kinds of animals just seem like much less appetizing if I found out they just are gel. I've officially lost my fantasy league. I have the game on in the background, and I've officially lost my fantasy league. God damn it. Oh, man. That's tough. That one hurts. And I didn't feel like I had that bad of a team. Wow. Oh, man. That's awful. God. Oh, jeez. And then to top it off, Phil says, if anything got down to -10, or if it got down to -10, everything would shut down. I don't blame you. I feel like that's Saskatchewan, Alberta. Like, we just get so much of the extremes, especially Saskatchewan. There's a lot of very opposite temperatures. Like, on one hand, like in the winter, it can drop down to -40, which I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it is like, Arctic level cold. But in the summer, it can be +40, which is super hot. Like, it turns into a desert in the summertime here. So we've kind of experienced it. It's very dry heat. So it's very, opposite kinds of experiences we have. But if you're more used to a fairly consistent temperature year in, year out, that would be shocking. That would definitely be shocking. It would be, I think people would think the world is ending. It might cause a panic. A panic that is, that would be... It would make national news. But I'm not surprised. I don't even want to make fun of you, because that's like what you're used to. So, that if that was something if you experience that, it's different. I mean, like, I genuinely come from a place that literally right now it's cold enough. Like, what's the temperature outside right now? Actually, I think it was a little bit warmer today. It is, it's basically -20 degrees Celsius here. Feels like -25. I mean, easily, if you spent, 20, 30 minutes outside, you're just with regular clothes on, you could die within an hour if you spend time just outside, just not dressed properly. You could genuinely just die from hypothermia. So that's real. Oh, the joys of living in Canada. Vortex last comment says, I'd pick Italian food. If I were to eat anything, it would turn into Italian food. I would buy a bag of popcorn, and each piece will turn into a full meal. I would open an Italian restaurant and serve said food with 100% profit, have infinite wealth. I suppose you could do the same thing with Mexican food too. But I was thinking, if you opened a bag, or you buy a bag of popcorn, it'd be cool if each piece turned into like a mini pizza or something. I feel like that would be kind of ideal. All right, thanks so much for everybody's comments today. We're going to hop into today's episode. So you can tell from the episode title, what screams I peaked in high school without saying it directly. We've had an iteration of this episode on before. I tried to find ones that are a bit like, not the same comment over and over and over again. Sometimes you get that, but it's still funny. I don't know why this one sticks out to me so much. Maybe it's because all my best friends in the world are friends that I still have from elementary/high school, and we are still super close. It's my main friend group. It's my main. I mean, I've made other really, really great friends too. Like everybody knows Sam, and people know Elias, guys that I went to university with in Halifax, and those guys are also my best friends as well. And but my still core group of best friends is all still the same, and maybe that makes me think like, did I peak in high school, guys? Am I that guy? Am I the guy with the podcast from high school who that was his highest achievement was, man, I'm going to start a podcast. Maybe it is. Maybe I've just spoke it into existence. But I don't know, like we don't really talk about high school. Maybe sometimes we do some things that happened maybe. But I don't know if we really talk much about high school. Our lives are so different now. Like, we talk more about what's going on. Maybe something like, because we live in a small town or smaller town, if something happened in the town, and then it's like, oh, did you hear about this thing that happened to this person? I'd be like, oh, shoot. Couldn't have said I saw that one coming. Yeah, definitely not. Saw it coming from a mile away. Saw it coming from about 10 years ago. No, but I don't know why it sticks out to me. I just think it's funny when people don't. But I feel like the at least the one common thing with me and my friend group is that we all do have like a growth mindset. Like we're all looking at appreciating values, buy low, sell high. The stock's going up, the stock's going down. Bet on it, don't bet on it. Crypto, getting involved. No, I'm just kidding. It's the last thing we talk about. But no, seriously, I feel like we do have generally a mindset of like, we want to be better people. We want to become better. We want to get better at the things we like to do, and improve our lives. And we're always in a state of trying to become better and grow. I feel like it's just, it's funny when you meet somebody and you're like, oh, so everything's the exact same, like everything. Like I wasn't expecting, some things to say the same, but. Everything, that's okay. That's no problems. I'm not a hater. But you didn't want to pick up one new thing. You didn't want to try knitting maybe, or maybe you could do embroidery. I know that's popular now, or there's a lot of book club or something. Oh man, am I just the biggest asshole in the world? First one comes from Honest Altruist. Grown women in the office who still behave like high school mean girls. It's actually kind of funny, like in the workplace, like I actually have been around like sometimes people like this, and it's like, oh my God, did you see what Kathy is wearing today? I'm like, Kathy's 63. Like, Kathy is, that's how people who are 63 dress. That's kind of the standard wardrobe. Did I see how she was dressed? Yes. Did I think about it more than once? No. Like, what? I feel like that's such a weird thing to say too, because fashion is just so, anybody can wear anything nowadays. It's not like, I feel like trends have kind of dissolved now. Like I have friends who dress like they popped out of a novel from the 1940s. I'm talking about you, Sam. But it suits them and it looks great. Their style looks awesome. I'm like, yes, bro's looking sharp today. Bro's got the right idea going on here. He's channeling that inner, see, we got to crack this case wide open, see? Like you're channeling, inner 1940s kind of black and white detective going on here. And I fuck with it. All right, it looks good. I'm not going to knock anybody for dressing like that. I honestly don't even care what people wear for the most part. Like, if you're somebody who I can tell cares a lot about their style, then I'm involved and I'm invested. And now I'm like, oh, okay, like, let's see what this person's gonna bring out today. How's this person gonna dress today? I'm excited. I'm curious to see what kind of style they're gonna drop on me today. And it's fun. I wouldn't hate, but it's fun to see what people have got going on. But other times, people just you can tell they don't care. They realized they didn't care after high school, and they're like, this is stupid. I don't know why I cared at all about how I was dressing. And then they're like, I'm just going to dress in khakis and a button-up t-shirt every day. And other than that, I could give a fuck about how people think I dress. And that's great. Like, that's yeah, why do we need to be like, most people could wear anything now. Like, what is out of style? Please tell me what is out of fashion. I've seen people wear stuff from like the mid 2010s or the early 2010s and today, and it's like, yeah, it works, I guess. I mean, like, style nowadays, we just reached such a point of just like everything is kind of just, iterations of the same thing. Let's see what else we've got here. All right, next one comes from Relevant Machine 763. For me, I saw a lot of those about 10 years after graduation when I was a cable guy. Every Wednesday was non-pay day. All the installers went out with 25 or so jobs and either collected 25 jobs each, and either collected the past due or disconnected them at the pole. It's been a while. I worked in the area where I grew up, and it was always awkward seeing the popular kids and cheerleaders, athletes, etc. that had fallen pretty far. I was a cable guy, so no reason to brag, but it was shocking on some cases to see where they were. Meth is a hell of a drug. Okay, that went from 0 to 100. I was thinking dirty apartment, or maybe just stained and lack of cleanliness, maybe, not I haven't progressed a whole ton, but I wasn't necessarily expecting meth. That's a wild turn. That's crazy. I don't know if I know anybody from back in the day that I was I mean, I feel like I knew most of the people I went to high school with. I couldn't tell you if any of them are on meth. Holy shit. That's quite a turn. You're talking about cheerleaders, bro? The popular kids and the cheerleaders, now they're on meth? Damn, bro. Life must have taken a real big turn. There's still cheerleading after high school. There's like cheer professional groups. I know they exist for things. You can do it for fun too. I've actually cheer is like a pretty big thing. Cheer is like a whole sport. Like it's crazy. They're doing flips and acrobatic shit. And my little cousin is in cheer, and it's like a whole thing. You don't want to pick up a rec league, like join an adults cheer group. No, you just went straight to meth. You were just like, my cheerleading days are over. Hand me the goddamn meth pipe, Jesse. Hand me the meth pipe. It's like, oh, whoa. I think maybe we should talk about some intermediate steps before we hit cheerleading's practice is no more. I need to fill that time. Maybe I should start smoking meth. I think we need to have a little bit of a intervention here. Just to break up that progressive sort of succession of events. I think that there needs to, maybe we could break that up a little bit. Maybe we could try rec league, maybe we could try coaching, something along those lines. At the very far bottom of the list, I think, is abusing methamphetamine. I think is probably the last, maybe rung on the ladder there. That's crazy. That's wild. But it's hard to be that. As a cable guy is an interesting one because like I feel it still are people are cable people. But like if someone had to disconnect a cable box because someone wasn't paying, I mean, is that can you really? is there any reason to judge that person per se? Because respectfully, who the fuck watches cable? My parents are Gen Xers. They're not, I don't think they're not disconnecting their cable. And actually, it's kind of nice to watch cable back home sometimes because you don't have to fucking choose what's on. It's just, it takes the choice off of me. I don't have paralysis of choice anymore. It's just, is this on? But I feel like it's like, I wouldn't feel bad about disconnecting somebody's cable because it's like, yeah, you probably got Netflix. Like, or the other 2 billion streaming services that exist. Disney Plus or, whatever it is, Paramount, HBO or Crave. I don't know what you guys, I feel like in America, you guys have like so many more streaming services because I feel like in Canada, sometimes they get conglomerated into one. Like I've heard that for Americans, you guys watching sports, you have to have so many different streaming services. I think we probably have to have like 2 in Canada. Like I think there's one service in Canada that plays every single NFL game. It's called DAZN, and it has every NFL game, all of them. The Super Bowl, every nationally televised game. Like I'm literally talking about every single game. And apparently in America, you guys have to have like 3 different services to watch these games, and then sometimes they expect you to watch them on cable. And I'm like, dude, you're the primary. You better get people showing up to these games. You're gonna get more people showing up to the game than are gonna be watching it on cable. Like, holy crap, we got some. I thought we passed cable a long time ago. So I feel like if I was the cable guy, I wouldn't necessarily be the biggest judge in the world, I saw James. I had to cut his cable. It's like, oh, what a loser. Bro must be doing terrible. Bro's life must have gone real down the drain, bro. If can't even afford cable, bro. Embarrassing. It's like, well, most people, like, the average smart TV at Walmart costs like $150, and that has any service you could possibly want on it. So I don't know if that is much of a flex or much of a gossip drop, This one's called Lights Out FL. Starting fights at your kid's Little League game. Bro, if you are starting fights at your kid's Little League game, I think that's when you need to be institutionalized. Are you really that invested in your child's Little League game? Like, it's not even like it's your child's, like, university or even high school level competition here. No, we're talking about kids who can't hit a baseball farther than, like, 40 feet. Like, this is not, we're talking about grounders only. All right, there hasn't been a home run hit since that one Spanish kid came up from Dominican Republic when he was 8 years old and swung for a homer in 2012. Okay? That was the last time a homer was hit. And he's leagued. He is an MLB player now. Like, that there's a reason to be invested in that guy. But, little Timmy, and he we're playing T-ball. Like, I can't say that there's a lot of reason to be invested. I'm worrying more so if you're starting a fight at a Little League game that you don't care about your kids' game that much. You just have a severe gambling addiction. You have now gotten to the point where you're betting on the Little League games, on your kids' game. It's like, God damn it, Timmy! You couldn't get to first base! You hit it! You hit the ball! You couldn't get it to first base! God damn! Oh, God! Yo! First base! It's like, who are you? You're not a parent. I have a lot riding on this game. I had my whole future set up for this game. God, no. It's on you now, Timmy. I got broken legs this week. It's all busted up femurs for me. Thanks a lot. Kid is just like, I think we need to call the police. I'm scared for the health and safety of the people around us right now. I believe that there's a blacked out SUV across the street watching this guy. You know, there seems there's a lot of dudes in there, you know, with leather coats. You ever seen The Sopranos? A bit of a resemblance going on there. I think I saw one of them roll the window down and, you know, do the gesture where he puts his finger across the neck while looking at the other guy. Yeah, I think there's... I don't know if this is that's the best kind of environment to have around a children's little league game. But hey, man, when you're deep in that hole, you got to be creative. All right, that's ingenuity. All right, nobody would think. But just you and the mob there, buddy. Just you and the mob. Next one comes from Wilma Tonguefit. Come on, bro. Really? Come on, man. Why do I have to read these names? I'm surprised I haven't found any worse names. Like that one's like the tamest one I feel like I've seen. Like I've seen what else? Like some of them are just too obvious, but I've never seen like what are the ones? There's a whole YouTube video of. Should I just play it for you guys over the mic? Twice in legal minute. That came up on my.
What is that?
1-8.
What does that mean?
It means you were higher than twice the legal limit.
Twice in legal minute?
I saw that clip the other day on Instagram. But it's the Peloton. The Peloton names where people keep. I have to show you guys this. It's so funny. Peloton name prank. Here we go. Is this the
Loose cunt?
Oh, come on. That's so bad.
Huge anus. I'm on to you.
Buster Cherry, happy birthday.
No.
Great to see you here.
Dixie Normus
But I will say the name, Craven Moorhead.
So, Vandercox, I see you.
Shout to Mike Hunt, happy birthday.
No.
Drew Peacock.
Eating beaver.
Eileen Ulick, I see you.
No.
Jack Mayhoffer, happy
Skills Drew People.
Come on.
Mike Hockner, happy birthday.
that guy didn't even notice. He goes, Mike Hoggener. Like, he's on the bike. He didn't even think twice. Come on, bro. You can't be that oblivious.
Oliver Kloshoff.
See, that's clever. That one is clever.
Bill McCracken, happy Dixie Rick. And Hugh Janus tapping at my leaderboard.
Colonel Angus.
Sleepy Joe. Yo, I didn't mean to say that.
Sleepy Joe. I love how he says it, and then he's like, "No, I didn't mean to say that." you could read it. That wasn't even a prank name.
Genitalia, happy 1000. You totally got me with that name. So fond of Cox, happy birthday to you.
So one of the guys who is in that video is in it twice, and he was the last clip there, and he didn't notice either time, bro. I feel like if you're in a profession where you're like one of those workout trainers, Peloton people, I feel like you have to. People, you're supposed to be naming these things. This is like a fuel for prank names. This is like the prank name cesspool of potential prank names. Like, it doesn't get much worse than that. Especially when you're working out, like, you just got to be aware, bro. The guy said Sleepy Joe. Come on, dude. Yo, I didn't mean to say that. Bro, you read it. There wasn't even a misdirect. That was just there. Oh, man. I don't know how I got so far off on tangent of this. Kids' Little League games. Oh, man, guys. This is just... Where am I going? Next one comes. Oh, Wilma Tongue Fit. That's what it is. Going to high school parties in your 20s, bro. In your 20s, brother. I mean, like, if you're out of high school at all, why would you even want to go to a high school party? Go to the bar. Well, maybe in America. America, I suppose you can't drink until you're 21. So maybe there's a bit more of a culture of people after high school going to parties or something. But go to a college party. Like even if you don't go to college, everyone in high school who's at a high school party knows who's in high school. Everyone who's in college who's at a college party doesn't know fucking anybody. Like, you could literally show up and be like, yeah, I'm like majoring in finance. People will be like, cool. Like, I've never seen you. Yeah, you know, I've taken a lot of my classes online. You know, it's my I haven't really had a traditional 4 years. You could say that and people would be like, cool. Want to play beer pong? Like, go to a college party, bro. In America, isn't like every other town a college town? Like, just go to those parties. What are you doing after high school? I thought we're supposed to go back. We're supposed to go forwards, folks, not backwards. That was nasty. Sorry, folks. That one's crazy, bro. Like, going to high school parties in your 20s. Like, just, what's wrong with just sneak into a bar at least? Just sneak into a bar, man. Get a fake ID going. Just sneak in. Like, you don't need to. And then it's like, you know, on your 21st birthday and you show your real ID and they're like, you've been using a fake ID this whole time? Be like, no, I haven't. I don't know what you're talking about. What are they going to do? Find it on you? Rip it off of you? Call the cops? Like, I think they care more about the money. All right, I don't think they're too invested in your future of the fact you've been using a fake ID. I'm not recommending doing that, by the way. By the way, this is not legal minute. This is not twice the legal minute, okay? Twice in legal minute? Oh, man. No, but I'm joking, guys. I'm purely joking. Do not use fake identification to enter into a establishment that serves alcohol if you are not of twice the legal minute age. Okay? Please do not do that. But that, bro, come on. You don't have better things to do? I feel like drinking alone. I'm speaking as like a 20-something-year-old. By the time I was 20 years old, by the time I was 18 years old, literally a year after high school, I would have more fun just drinking alone in my basement, watching football or watching something on TV than I would have had going to a high school party. Like, I swear to God, genuinely. Like, what is fun about that? It's like, oh my God, I'm gonna party with a bunch of people who can't grow facial hair. Like, that's the goal here. Like, play beer pong with people who have a curfew. Like, come on, bro. There's more to life. There's more to life. I guarantee you there are better ways to spend your time if you're looking to go out drinking with people. But I feel like that you know, going to all these kinds of things that kind of opens it up when the drinking age is 21 to do that stupid stuff. Because I feel like the drinking age in Canada is 18 in some places, 19 in most. And I feel like it's like once I turned, like, you know, basically once I graduated high school, I was like, I never had a single thought about ever going to go to some kind of party where there's people younger than me. I was like, I need to get into a bar. Where are the clubs at, bro? I don't care what it's going to take. Oh, wow. Next one comes from Senpaired. I don't know if that's how you say that. Forcing their kids to be football players, dancers, actors, because that was their thing in high school. They weren't good enough to go to the big leagues after school, the big acting leagues. We're going to the PAL, the Professional Acting League, acting competitions. I feel like that would be so weird. Who has the better monologue? They weren't going to have to go to the big leagues after school, and they can't cope with that, so they just live vicariously through their kids. Bro, I mean, is it nice if your kids are into the things that you're into? for sure. But it's also really fun to be into the things that your kids are into, because you get to learn about, things like this is my kind of the same thing of my mind when I go into dating people. It's I love when I meet people and they have interests that are like different than mine, because my interests are exactly that, my interest. Is it nice if they will indulge me in my interests? That's very nice. I feel like, I appreciate that. But it's also really cool when people have their own unique interests, because I get to learn about something that I don't know shit about. And it's like, oh, you're into like, I don't know, like woodworking. I'm like, that's fucking cool. I know nothing about woodworking. I literally could know the least of zero things about woodworking. I took shop class. That was to the extent of what I know about woodworking. Meanwhile, you're making wooden sculptures of ocean waves and building, rocking horses for your little cousins. Like, I'm like, this is awesome. I could literally just sit and watch someone do that kind of stuff all day. Why not just take an interest in the things that other people are interested in? Like, that's fun, When my mom's really interested in marathon running, I'm not even close. She wants me to do it with her, but I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if I could do that. I'm more of an explosive burst athlete. I'm not long term, But it's nice when my mom talks about her marathons and methods, how she prepares, what she likes to do. It's interesting because it's like, oh wow, like this is like a whole. I mean, it obviously is a whole process, but takes it very seriously. So, she's very, very concerned about how she handles her training preparation. But it's interesting to learn about that stuff because I'm not into that stuff. So you just get to shut the fuck up for a little bit, let someone else have their thing. That's crazy, bro. Forcing your kids. It's like how to immediately have a strained relationship with your children. How to be the dad that's like, yeah, my son won't talk to me anymore. It's like, man, he's ungrateful. It's like, I don't think he's ungrateful as much as he's not you. Yeah, he's not a clone of you. If you wanted to, I think he's just pissed off that you tried to make him you. I think that's kind of it's where that relationship is strained. I don't think it has much to do with ungratefulness as much as forced participation and evaluation based on something he doesn't give a shit about. Oh, man. All right, folks. Let's see. Let's maybe read off like one or two more. Let's see. Which ones are fun? This one comes from Fat Tony. Always talking about what happened in high school. My friend and I are 25, and she regularly brings up things that happened 10 years ago in an effort to put other people down. That's crazy. And always sending me Facebook and Instagram posts of people I haven't thought about in years. You must be perpetually bored. You must be the most, like, starved for any kind of stimulation that's possible. Like, bro, you're sending Instagram posts? Come on, dude. Why do you even care? Like, what do you do in your free time? I give a shit about other people's lives, what they do. What? Why? Just like to fucking judge them. Why? Why? What's the point of that? Fucking, what do you like? I don't know. I play in a rec basketball league. Why do you want to do that? I don't know, because I enjoy playing basketball. It's good for my health and exercise, and it's fun. There's a lot of health promoting things about it. I have a sense of community. I get to meet new people. I get to be competitive, and I think there's like a lot of reasons to do that. Well, yeah, mine's just the same shit, bro. We just have different we just have different interests, man. Your interest is playing basketball. Mine's being a hater. We are the same, bro. It's like, I hope we are the same, bro. No, bro. We are not the same. I hope we are not the same. I hope nobody ever makes that comparison ever again. That's crazy. Regularly talking about things that happen in high school too are just like, nothing's going on now? Like, what's going on in your life right now? Like, do we need to be talking about things that happened 10 years ago? Like, I don't even remember half of the shit that happened 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I was in the, wait, what year is it? It's about to be 2020. Okay, so it's 2020. Yeah, this fall was 10 years since I started high school. So 10 years since I was in grade 9. And I remember, I probably have like 3 memories of grade 9. Like, straight up, I was not a conscious human being. I don't know if I actually even have that many memories of that long ago. You know why? Because I wasn't really that invested in at the time. I don't know what was going on. It seems like you were quite invested. You were quite. You were locked in. You were definitely locked into what the fuck was going on, and I suppose you still are. All right, folks, we're going to cap it off there for this week's episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode of the Reddit Ask Us podcast, the podcast where we read and react to comments from r/AskReddit. I'm your host, Luke Dick. Remember to leave a rating on the podcast, subscribe to the podcast. Merry Christmas and happy holidays for all of those who celebrate. Yeah, I love each and every single one of you. Peace out. Love you. Goodbye.